Reputed knapsack, girdle enforcer. High price merchandise, going for the best offer. Life-size portraits and stolen Gore-Tex. Cookies, Crest, horses, Ralph Lauren's orphans. Cleaning up like maintenance in filings basement. Security knocked out with elbows. Great escapes on the Long Island Railroad. Snatch chains on a PATH train that brung us back. Wrote LoLife's on
You know what I mean? First off, man, thank you for taking the time out to join us here.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Bars
yes,
and Hoops Radio,
definitely.
we really appreciate it. You know what I mean? I definitely know you get a lot of requests, man, for sure.
Yeah. Half of the motherfuckers requesting don't even know what they talking about.
Nah, that's 100%. That's why I told you, like, you know, we ain't just going to talk about, you know, the double L's. We're going to talk about your career as a whole, you know what I mean? But that is part of your life. And, you know, before we start, man, I just wanted you to let people know, you know, what was life like for you growing up as a kid in Brownsville? Because you are from Brownsville, Brooklyn. You are one of the founding members of the LoLife, man. So just tell people what it was like for you as a young kid growing up in Brownsville.
And I'm Puerto Rican, man, so
yes, sir.
It was crazy. Being a Puerto Rican, you know, in an all-black neighborhood at this time, it was dramatic, man. You know, I got tested massively, man, massively. I'm talking on a daily basis. And, you know, they basically built me to be ready for everything.
100%.
Going through all, you know, being somebody who people probably didn't think, well, what are you doing here? You don't belong in this neighborhood, or, you know, I'm a lighter shade, so I probably was looked at as a weaker person or individual. You know, but once I established myself and, you know, my respect was there, the neighborhood was all love, man. There was so much love in the neighborhood. As long as you're strong and you stand in your ground, you can, you know, see all the riches in Brownsville. You know, I gained so much from being in Brownsville, living there, growing up there. You know, all those hardships really defined me, man. It defined my character. It did a lot for me, man. You know, I wouldn't change a thing. You know, I suffered a lot of the consequences of living the negative lifestyle, you know, being in that environment.
Yes, indeed.
But even all of those things served purpose in my life to help me be something great, man.
100%. I appreciate that, and I respect that. That's real talk. For real, man. So you are, you know, obviously one of the most popular members of your crew, the LoLife. But who were the founding members of the crew, and why did you guys choose Polo as your choice of gear over anything else?
As far as founding, man, the list is long. Okay. So it's like that's the whole interview just saying the members. You know,
okay.
Some of the strongest founding members, you know, that I ran side by side with, you know, on the whole come up and putting this all together was, you know, me, Disco, Hazza, Beck Live, Frankie Boo, Boostin' Billy, you know, Ralph Lowe, Clay Black. You know, there was a lot. It was a lot, man, from Brownsville and from Crown Heights. You know, my dude Bar Kim, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
You know, Marco Polo, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
You know, Stigard from Van Dyke Houses. You know, there was a lot of dudes that really were instrumental for all of this happening, man, because the way we all came together, you know, it was really, it was a movie, man.
No
That's
question.
the best way I could describe it, man.
No
you know?
question. But what made y'all choose Polo over anything at
I
that
mean,
time?
because Polo became the most consistent designer, and he dropped seasonal. You know what I mean? I never knew clothing brands were seasonal at the time, you know, because the LoLife style did not start with Polo. You know, the LoLife style is a B-boy style. This started with mock necks and Pumas and Puma suits and Adidas. We wore, well, me specifically, I wore all of them things in the same manner, the same form. If you look at classic pictures, you see me with the Kangos and Adidas.
Yes,
you see
sir.
me with the sheepskins and the Gucci frames.
Man,
you know, you
yes,
see
sir.
me in Puma suits and Adidas suits. So it was still the same style. It just wasn't the brand. So, you know, the LoLife style was not born with Polo. Polo was just what became, you know, our uniform, because how much he dropped stuff, how much he had different logos and different styles. You know, Adidas only had one logo.
Yes, sir.
Puma
Yes,
had
sir.
one logo. You know,
Facts.
Rocky probably got hundreds of logos. So,
Facts.
you know, we fiend for the new logos, the new styles, the big blow-up symbols, you know. So, I mean, and just the reaction we got from the world, man. That's
Yes,
what really made us stick to it and keep rocking it. And, you know, making it a religious article, man, for the culture of hip hop.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man. So you did mention the b-boy style and breaking and all of that stuff, man. So what role did you play back then? Were you what, an MC, a b-boy? What was it with you back then?
I started out with the graffiti first. You know, I was a writer. Farmed the trains. You know, I did all that. You know, and then I really got sucked into breakdancing, man. Like I was a fiend. Like, you know, like breakdancing was my life for a while, man, where I did everything. You know, I was a young kid disciplined to practice 5-6 hours a day.
Wow.
And, you know, I was to the point where I was super, super nice, man. I did every move you can imagine.
Wow.
Things like that. But, and, you know, like I said, the style and the fashion always went with it. You know, I was breakdancing in my Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's and yeah, this is real, man. This is really real. You know, I was really going hard with the fashion and the culture.
Looking fresh while you
was no, like the fashion caught me first before anything.
No question. They said you was a ladies' man, right? Word up. Nah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. Huh?
I got a wife and all that, you know, respectable. But
we keep it clean when we get older.
Yeah, you know, it was money, hoes, and clothes was the model, man.
Yes, sir.
Brownsville, Brooklyn. That's what I'm talking
like,
about. Yeah.
A lot of dudes had mad polo, but never could get a girl.
That's a fact.
So, you know, myself, you know, a lot of my dudes in Brownsville, we went hard with the ladies, man. Like, you know, the ladies love it. So, you know, I'm a Puerto Rican, light skin.
He was about to say Puerto Rock, though.
Papi Chulo, word them over.
You know, I'm a dude like that in Brownsville, so it's like I don't got to talk to the girls. They talking to me.
No question. No question.
I mean, so my man Disco used to call me the bitch magnet. You know?
That's real. That's real. That's real.
Yeah. So being that y'all crew made polo so popular, man, in the urban communities, did polo ever offer any of you a position within the company? Did they ever come to any of y'all for anything, or advice on style or anything like that?
No, right? But you know, recently they have. I've been modeling for polo recently.
Oh, wow.
You didn't know?
Nah,
I'm also featured in the Ralph Lauren documentary, The Very Ralph, the bio about his life. They gave me a low.
That's real.
Inside of his documentary, you know.
Wow.
So that was real big for the whole culture in itself, man. So, you know, the LoLife story got told alongside Ralph Lauren's story inside his biography.
Wow.
So that was a major win, man, for all of us.
Facts.
So, you know, I'm proud, honored to be a part of all of that. And it's definitely history. But, you know, I was told from people that work at the brand and the offices, designers and things like that, they said my picture's been up in those offices since the 90s,
wow.
man. You know, not just me, you know, a lot of other lowlifes, they've been capturing our look and all that. They've had our pictures up in their offices. So they've always been aware of who we were, you know, and especially once I became an entertainer, you know, that's how it got to spread all over the world. Because now, you know, my music is going all over the world, so I'm being heard all over the world. My album covers, things like that. So at first when I was dropping, you know, singles and stuff with Raucous Records, you know, I was this comedic kind of character rapping dude, but on the cover, it's a serious dude, super poloed out, you know?
Sir. Yes, sir.
A lot of people couldn't put the two together because it kind of didn't match. But then, you know, as time went on, a lot of people started putting two and two together.
Yes, indeed. And since we're talking about your career, man, who were some of your musical influences, and when did you start exploring your career as an MC?
Well, I was influenced by everybody in the game. You know what I mean? Like, my influence started with Jimmy Spicer, Curtis Blow.
Wow.
You know, I'm 50 years old, man. I'm not no young dude. So I was born before the culture was born. So I got a chance to absorb everybody that came through it. So I could tell you who was the best MC of every era.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I was influenced by so many. But the thing is, I did not become an MC until 1995, 96. So by this time, I had already absorbed everything. I had all of this inside of me, studying all these MCs, styles, originality stuff, their images. So when I became an MC, it was just natural. I didn't even try to do anything. Everything just came out natural. The way I wanted to sound, the way I wanted to rap, the kind of MC I wanted to be. I didn't use slang in the beginning. I wanted to be a character like Jimmy Spicer was on, on Super Rhymes. I considered, like Jimmy Spicer, the rapping Duke, Dane the Dane. These are people who helped mold Thirstin style because they were characters within their music. They took you someplace else in your imagination, man, and that's what I wanted to be. And then I incorporated all the super crazy punchlines, that just knock motherfuckers out like crazy.
Let's go.
That's what's up, man. Word.
Listen, Thirstin, what's up, man? It's the bearded one. What's going on, man? How you feeling?
I'm good. How you, man?
Yo, I'm doing good, man. I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you, right? And there was one thing I wanted to ask you. You said you started to mention characters. And as you know, Thirstin Howel III, there's only one person, we all obviously know where that name kind of came from. But is that the same inspiration that you have for your name? Like, obviously, the only rich guy that was on Gilligan's Island?
Nah, not at all, man. In the beginning, I was a straight battle rapper. So I would hunt dudes down. Wow. I'm coming in your project. Anybody from there's a dude over here. You got to get at him. I'm going. I go to the club. I used to go to the club, man. I used to be in the tunnel. All these joints. When I started rapping, I stopped going inside. I started just standing outside, waiting for MCs to come, waiting for famous rappers to come so I could battle them.
Hold on. So name one of the famous ones that you battled outside of that tunnel.
Man, there's a long list.
That's what we like to hear.
Buster was one of the nicest battles I ever had outside of the tunnel.
Say words.
I think we probably been at it for like an hour.
What?
You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, I was at that point, on my just hunting down rappers. So everybody kept calling me thirsty. Yo, you thirsty? I'm not going nowhere with you. You want to do? I'll be on a date with my girl and we'll walk past the famous MC and I'm stopping them like, yo, what's up with the battle?
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
My whole date used to turn into, my girl standing there for 2 hours waiting for me to finish.
Wow.
Damn.
I know she
was
mad too.
So that's how Thirstin got incorporated, but I felt it differently from the Gilligan's Island character.
Yeah.
With the I instead of the U.
Word.
Yeah, the I, THIRSCIN. So the Howl just locked in perfectly when I started developing the character. I was so used to everybody calling me Thirstin, I started, doing the emulation of his voice, like I'm accustomed to about it,
So before Thirstin, So before Thirstin, it was Vic Low.
It was Big Vic the Barbarian, because that was my LoLife name. My man Marco Polo, rest in peace, named me the Barbarian because you brought me when it's time to knock them out. Knock out the security, knock out the guard at the door.
Wow.
Every time we going out, not to glorify the negativity, man. It's just the way our life was and how things were happening. I'm not trying to put myself like I'm this big man or whatever. But
listen,
I'm a brawler. You know what I mean? I always loved the brawl. And everywhere I went, I had the brawl. I had to show you where we from. Yo.
Yes, sir.
We gonna keep it a Hondo. I seen some of these pics. I said, this dude said he 50. He lying.
Word the mother.
I said, no way this dude 50 looking like, he's really curling the buildings right now.
Word up.
I seen a couple of the pics and I'm like, yeah, nah, you could tell he used to really get it in with cats. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say this though. Or at least ask you this question. When it came down to the polo, do you feel like that was your best fit? Like, obviously, you just gave us a couple things. You say, we used to wear, the B-boy style, whatever. But do you feel like the polo gave you the best fit? Because we all know that polo was it in the hood. Like, that was what we was rocking. but do you feel like the polo gave you the best fit?
I mean, there was mad things that gave you the best fit. I'm a big sheepskin dude. You know what I mean? Like,
Let's go.
Shout out to
I
Delancey
love
Street.
I love full length levels. You know,
Man.
I'm a '70s baby. I'm born in 1970. So, you know,
Yes,
I
sir.
had a lot of uncles that took me to the Deuce and things like that.
Yes,
and
sir.
in the early, you know, mid '70s, and you know, when I'm 10 years old and things like that. So I always liked the gangster style of the leathers and trenches and, you know, the sheepdogs. And, you know, being from Brooklyn too, the Fila suit was a real big fit
Facts.
for me. You know, like I went hard with the Fila suits, you know, because I was Adidas suit, Puma suit. So it was always evolution to the brands in the street. And Fila is another one of those brands that they never went out of style to this
That's
day.
a fact.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, they never went out of style. Adidas was top dog in New York City, like 82, 83,
Yes, indeed.
84,
Yep.
and then it went out of style. It did not come back to like the early 2000s or late 90s.
That's a
So
fact.
did Kango went out of style by like 86.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now dudes is rocking it again.
Yes. Yes.
Hey,
100%.
hey, Thirstin, what's up, man? This is Flair, man. What's going on, brother?
What's the deal, baby? How you?
I'm chilling, man. I'm from Brownsville as well, man. I remember.
Man, you a queen,
I remember back. I'm from over there, from Glenmore, between Cephalo and Howard.
Okay.
Nah,
I'm from over there.
Project
Yeah, in between Cephalo and Howard projects, man. I was over there.
right down the ticket.
Yeah, man, it was rough over there. I remember a lot of people used to get those sheepskin snatched back in the days over there in Brownsville, man. It was crazy, man.
Not gang. I had the gun to my head.
No, not
What?
you, not you.
Damn.
Not you. I seen a few
No,
people.
I'm saying me too, man. I'm just co-signing what you just said, man. I've been a big, well,
I know. I remember it was a time where people couldn't even go to Pickens Avenue, man. If you went shopping up on Pickens Avenue and then you came home with some bags, if you wasn't thorough like that, you came home without those bags, man.
I mean, even there was times when I was a young dude, you know, I used to go to Harry's and all that, and I've been followed by dudes, you know.
Wow.
It was mostly the Howard Projects dudes and the Langston Hughes dudes
Yeah.
that was out lurking hard body, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that is true that y'all would like y'all come back from a little mission or something, and y'all got a bag full of stuff, and it was stick up kids waiting to see y'all with the fresh to try to get it. So that is true.
It's
Then.
crazy out there, man.
Wow.
That's true. Let me tell you how real it was. Some, you know, LoLife, especially in Brownsville, they had a schedule of boosting when they coming back. Some dudes from the other projects knew the schedule, and it be to the point where they at the train station waiting for dudes to come back. And all I could tell you is dudes died behind all of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't a joke. Dudes died. A lot, you know. My project was like the clean, pretty, all the pretty boys was in my project. So it's like a lot of dudes from the other projects would come through to see what they could get to stick something up, because they know the flyest dudes in Brownsville was sitting right in the Garvey, super low down and all that. And there's been times, you know, they jumping out of whips, all kind of hammers, all kind of shootouts. You know, it was really, really going down, man.
Yeah, it was
Really not a joke, you know.
Damn, man.
It was crazy out there. I remember my pops used to he used to come pick me up from over there, and he would have his knife on him. And he'd be like, he said, y'all not playing out here. My pops, he was from Queens, so he'd be like, I ain't playing out here. And he have a couple of boys with him while he walking from Atlantic Avenue all the way to the projects to pick us up.
Wow.
It was real out there. Especially he was scared to death, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy. Brown never ran, never will. Go ahead.
So, yo, Thirstin,
Yeah.
I see you got a series that's about to come out with Kevin Garnett about, you know, the low lives and, you know, what's going on. You want to elaborate on that a little bit?
You know, that's all I want to say is what's put out there already, you know.
Okay.
Like the press release was already sent out, so I really don't want to speak much on the situation. I'd rather it transcend and come to life, but yes,
We respect that.
there is a situation, you know, it is going down, and
Wow.
Brooklyn history is about to really be
That's
told, man.
crazy, man. Word to mother. Salute to you for that, man.
Facts.
Facts.
For
But
real.
we respect that. We
Word
respect
up.
that too.
So let's just take it back a little bit, man. Take us back to the MTV situation, man. How did you get that job working at MTV?
I got the job at MTV from a work release program from prison.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow. I did a lot of alternative to violence programs, things like that I mandatorily had to take, because of what was included in my records. I did this program called the Ameri I Can Foundation for Social Change. It's Jim Brown's program from,
Shout out to Jim Brown.
the Hall of Famer football player.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It's something that was established in California and all that.
Yes.
So they brought the program to New York City. And when I was on work release, I mandatorily had to take all these different programs. So I involved myself in that program so much because I mandatorily had to be there every day. So I involved myself.
No question.
And at the end of my term of doing the program, we had a graduation ceremony at Sylvia's, I remember, in Harlem.
Yes, Sylvia.
And the facilitator of the program, once he presented us, with our graduation speeches and all that, they stepped to me and they offered me a position to teach the program in prison.
Let's go.
So that led from me meeting other people in other programs, and I met with a woman named Dorothy Thompson in California. I didn't meet her personally. She gave me a phone call, and she said she wanted to help my life.
Yo, that's crazy.
And she told me about her program called, Street Lights Production Assistant Program. It was for ex-cons, ex-drug addicts, gang members, all of that, to try to turn their lives around or give them another shot coming out of jail. And she actually got me in MTV.
Wow.
And everybody knew I was a prisoner. I was Cox Diesel. I'm a big dude. I look intimidating. But I'm gonna tell you, and when I worked at MTV, this was when it was all rock and roll.
Yo.
So there was no hip hop format. So there was a lot of white people and all that working there. So I'm nervous because I didn't want to mess up this opportunity.
Let's go.
So I'm there. I know I'm from prison. I know everybody in the job knows it.
Yeah.
So what I did was I just did my job to perfection, man. And I didn't really speak too much to people. No, I just stuck to doing my work. I never wore no polo. I went there to work, and I stayed there almost 10 years, man.
That's big, man. That's
good.
crazy, man. Salute to you for that, man. Word. A lot of
You
people.
see, that's how I do all my films now.
Yes.
The knowledge I'm able to gain there, man.
Nah, that's dope.
And
That's dope.
I love all my MTV people forever because of that.
No question.
I respect that, man.
Yeah, nah.
I respect that about you.
Yeah.
You know what? I can say the more that we do this interview and the more that we getting into the questions, I can understand the kind of person you are. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, you want people to understand like how good you are as far as business is concerned.
Hell yeah.
Don't even think about my past.
Word
think
up.
about what I can do now.
That was the first thing he told me.
It's a fact.
That was
I
the
can
first thing he
respect
told
that
me.
like a mom. You know what I'm saying?
Word the mother. So
Thank you.
So,
A lot of my interviews, so many people, heard so many things that they always focusing on the negative parts of my
Yes.
life,
No,
man,
yeah.
or whatever Brooklyn legends are out there,
yeah.
But it's crazy, man, because I did make a big positive transition,
Yes, indeed.
and when I did that, I brought hundreds of people with me on that transition.
100%.
Because even in LoLife's early days, I was a big influence on the negative side of things.
Yeah.
So I steered a lot of people down that way as well. So
Yeah.
I believe I got a chance to redeem myself for all of that by introducing a positive way, even turning the whole movement into a positive organization for hip hop.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed. So just to fast forward a little bit from there, who came up with the idea for the Lyricist Lounge?
Well, the Lyricist Lounge was created by Danny Castro and Ant Marshall. Now, when you talk about the Lyricist Lounge show
Yes, the
on
show.
MTV,
Yes.
that was Wordsworth,
Shout out to
myself,
Wordsworth.
and a bunch of other rappers that were there. And it wasn't like we came up with an idea. We was doing that naturally. We used to
Wow.
talk and have conversation in rhyme form, and they used to videotape us while we was doing that.
Wow.
You know, so and Danny and others that was involved with I think it was Mike Media at the time. You know, they shot that idea of, you know, what we was doing. But I would say, you know, Wordsworth to me spearheaded the whole thing, because he would start, you know, acting out in rhyme form, and all I would do was jump in and out with him, you know.
Nice, man. So I don't know if this is the myth, huh?
Yep. See no more when we got the show. So I actually went back to MTV now as a cast member and you know, somebody on the show.
Nah, that's dope, man. That's why I had to ask, because you did a lot, man. You did a lot for the culture, and like you said, you was at MTV when it wasn't too much hip hop really going on. You know what I mean? So that's big, man, for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So is it true? Like, you know, I know a lot of cats in Brooklyn. I run with a lot of dudes from Brownsville, East New York, Flatbush. You know what I'm saying? So is it true that Eminem wanted to sign you?
Ooh.
Nah, man.
Okay. So
Wow.
that's false.
That story's a little different, because, you know, me and I used to have Eminem in Brownsville in the Garvey and all that.
That's
right?
why I asked.
Again,
That's
man.
why I asked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know, me and Eminem were both represented by Paul Rosenberg. You know, Eminem
the Lord,
partner
yes.
and manager and all. I believe he's the president of Def Jam right now.
Yes.
But Paul was both of our attorneys at the time. And, you know, me and Em was coming up at the same time, so they was linking us up for a lot of things. And, you know,
That's dope.
once Em blew, they never looked my direction no more. You know,
Out of here.
Paul-
Like,
That's crazy.
yeah, they just
You know-
wanted you to bring them around. Like, that's crazy.
Nah, but what happened was, I remember this plain today. You know, I ain't mad at nobody about nothing. I respect him. I'm proud of his success and all that. But I remember when he told me, you know, yo, don't forget about me when you get on.
Wow.
Make sure I'm on the album. You know, if I get on first, I'm gonna do the same thing.
Wow.
And you know, we got to do one song, and then after that, he took off. And you know, and then it was hard to be in touch with people. I no longer had an attorney. You know, I don't know what went wrong, but I know, you know, I'm Brooklyn and Brownsville for real.
Facts.
So I don't know if a lot of people, you know, would know how to just have that in the perspective and keep it under control. Because, you know, if whatever they can't control, man,
Yeah.
people are not going to deal with you when they can't control.
That's
Not
a
that
fact.
saying I'm a wild, reckless dude or
Nah.
anything. I just, you know, I'm my own man with my own mind. And you know, I'm very ambitious. And I'm going to always pursue and get what I want out of life, man.
100%. 100%.
But, man, you know, I wish they would have came back for me. I wish they would have signed me. I could imagine what it would have been. But, you know, I'm also grateful for the position I'm in now, man, because I'm a self-made man, man.
No
and
question.
that's something to be proud of. I've never had a record deal. And I got over 30 albums and mixtapes.
Yes.
I got over 100 music videos.
Yes.
I've been able to keep up with everybody. You know, I was
Yes.
on the same come up as Jay
Yes.
and Mos, Talib,
Yep.
you know, just to name a few. And,
Yep.
and, you know, when I've seen everybody get situations and deals and get signed, you know, I was always happy for everybody and proud because, you know, these were people I was standing right next to. But on the same note, I never had a situation, and I made sure I kept up with all of them as far as content, quality,
Yes.
you know, quantity. And
Yes.
then, you know, when it came to the video situation, I don't know nobody in the game who has a catalog of music videos
Yeah.
like me.
Facts. That's a fact.
Signed, unsigned, you know?
Yes, indeed.
And this is all me.
And you got that, and you learned that at MTV. So that experience was valuable to your career, man. Overall, man. And I salute you for that, man.
Facts.
Word up, man.
That MTV experience saved my life.
100%.
Because when I came home from prison and I'm on work release, dudes was still looking for me, knowing I was on work release. Yo, he's out here somewhere. So that job kept me off the street
Wow.
because it was like, you know, you work film production, you don't have a set time of when you're going home. It could be 5 hours or it could be 20 hours
Right.
in one day.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
So nobody
that job
can get no
saved my
drop.
life, man.
No question. Nobody can get a drop on that. That's a fact. Word, man. So just to bring it back to the positive spin that you put on the whole LoLife experience, man. How did the Low Goose on the Deuce come about?
Oh, Goose.
Oh, that's Rack Low's creations.
Shout out to Rack Low.
That's
okay.
a Rack put together, you know, and it's only like to take it back to what we was doing back in the days, you know, because we went to the Deuce every weekend, Friday and Saturday. So that was like just bringing it back for us gathering up on the Deuce.
Nice. Nah, man, listen, man, I respect your movement. I respect what you were doing today, man. You know what I mean? Like you said, man, a lot of people only like to focus on one aspect when they talk to you, man, but I know it was a lot of different layers with you, so I wanted to give you the best interview that I can do, you know what I mean? So I appreciate you.
That, man.
Nah, I appreciate you, big homie, man. So where can people go to find you to support the movement and everything that you're doing currently?
You
could go to thirstinhowel3rd.com.
Yes.
You could find me on Instagram, Thirstin Howel III. Check out the YouTube channel. You know, everything under my name. ThirstinHowelThe. The number 3 RD. So you can look me up on all social media platforms. You know, like I said, website, music video. Check out my work. I don't know if y'all seen my karate movie. Go check out my karate movie.
That I gotta check out. Then I gotta check. He got the Kung
Yeah.
Fu flick.
Facts.
Channel 5 days. You know what I mean?
You ever been to the Deuce to see the karate movies back in the day?
Well, shit, I'm gonna be 44, but I ain't. Nah, I was still young. I you know what I mean? I ain't really touched the Deuce until like the mid '90s.
I was old enough, but I was a square.
Yeah, DJ JOJ was old enough.
He said he was a square.
I was a square at the time. Yeah, I didn't know what was going on.
Yo, but my flick is called General Lo, Legend of the Low Palm. It's a real kung fu flick. It's not a joke.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean?
We gotta look. You know we gonna look that up.
I was
for
a Channel
later.
5 Kung Fu flick nigga back in the days.
Give us that
Saturday
name back
afternoons,
again,
man.
Tristan. Give us that back
What's
again.
the name again?
Thirstin.
Called General Lo, Legend of the Low Palm.
Wow. General Low, Legend of the Low Palm.
I was that Saturday Kung Fu joint Channel
Word to
5,
mother.
man.
Channel 5, kid. Word to mother,
You
man.
know, back in the days, right?
Yeah.
I was a super karate movie dude. I shaved my head bald and rock Shaolin dot. This is not a joke.
You had the
And
dots
yo,
on
in
your
the-
forehead?
Right?
Yeah,
You
that's
had
my
the
guy.
dots, you had
That's
your dots on your head, too?
Dots and everything. I was the only dude who could wear 12 dots like the athlete, right? So we used to choke dudes out in the project and shave their head when they come around. And
Yo.
I'm telling you, mad dudes got choked out and got their head shaved. You know what I mean? And then we would give them the dot. Make sure they and yo, we used to go to the clubs like that. Like go to the club deep with the Shaolin dots and all that. And this was way before the Wu came out, like years before.
Y'all probably was instrumental to the Wu. They probably seen y'all was like, wow, and ran with it. You know what I mean?
Yo, what's your favorite Kung Fu flick, since we talking about that right quick?
Oh man, there's a lot of them, man.
Off the
I know
top.
there's one that I know a lot of people ain't see. My man Fee put me on to it when I came home from jail, right?
Uh-huh.
It was this joint called Operation Scorpion. I
Operation
never
Scorpion.
seen no fighting style like dude ever.
Oh,
The
man.
dude really used to get like in the push-up stance
Yeah.
and throw one leg up like a scorpion.
Yeah,
And he was mad ill. And he was a bad guy at that.
Wow. It's like a
That got to
silver
be
fox.
one of the illest, most original, creative styles of fighting I ever seen, the scorpion style.
No doubt.
Not
Wow.
like the Five Deadly Venom scorpion. Totally
Nah.
different.
Oh, about to ask that,
Word.
too.
Nah, that's what I was gonna ask him. Yeah, that's what's up, man. And I'm yo, Thirst, man. Yo, I appreciate you, big homie, man. Thank you for taking the time out to chop it up with us, man. You definitely gave us a great interview, man.
Appreciate
we
it.
appreciate you, man, for real.
I appreciate y'all, man. Let me just say thank you for having a positive platform, man, because I did listen to episodes before. And, you know, there's so many dudes right now, they really killing our people, and they instigating a lot of beef. They doing a lot of stuff to keep helping destroy us, man.
Right.
And I believe that's wrong. You know, like, I really don't support no platform like that. You're not going to get me on no platform to talk about beef.
Man.
You're not going to get me on there to speak negative about somebody. You know,
Boy.
if it's that situation, then we'll meet face to face
No
and
question.
talk like that.
No question.
But I think that's wrong on how many, you know, of our peers and people who representing our culture doing that is wrong, man.
Yeah, man.
They helping this, you know, destroy us all the
Facts.
way. And you brothers have something positive, and like I told you, I don't know nothing about sports, so it's good.
He kept it a Hondo, though.
Yeah, he did. He kept it 100 with me from the gate. You know what I mean? Word up, man.
Say, Mike Tyson, Shannon Briggs. That's my whole sports history
Oh,
right
we gonna
there.
get Shannon up here too. You know what I'm saying? Him and my guy Ali Vegas is real close, man. We gonna get him up here, man, when he come to New York. You know what I mean?
You know, Shannon's my family as well, man.
Oh,
So I
what?
could plug-
Oh,
yeah, man.
Thirst.
Shannon is from the Garvey
Yes,
in Brownsville,
sir. Yes,
man.
sir. He is, man. Yo, if you can, man, that'll be a great look. Thirst, word to mother, man, for real, man.
Just hit me with a text or something, and I'll just, copy it and send it to him and have him get back to y'all.
No
That's
question,
love.
man. I
Thank you,
appreciate
brother.
that,
We
man.
appreciate
Word.
that,
And
man.
shout out to DV Elias Christ too, man, because he co-signed us the same way that Thirst just co-signed us, man. We had a great show with him too, man. Shout out to
Facts.
Brownsville, man.
But
Word up.
we all doing a lot of work right now. The TV is a big part of the LoLife family as well, man.
Yes, sir. That's
You know,
my guy.
SMG, Smoother Hustler,
Yes,
Trick,
sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
It's all family as far as Brownsville goes.
No question, man. And I appreciate you, brothers, man. So, Thirst, man, we ain't going to take up too much more of your time, man. we going to wrap this interview up, man. But again, man, I'm going to hit you on the inbox. I'll shoot you a text, man, and we try to line something up.
Doubt, man. Much love to y'all, man. Keep doing what y'all doing.
All right,
Appreciate
salute, big
that.
homie.
Appreciate it,
Yup.
brother.
No doubt. Salute.
All right.
That was Thirstin Howel III. That was a great interview.
That was
You
a
know what I'm
great
saying?
interview.
Word
Shout
to
out to
mother,
the
man.
L Train.